Listen to this. The government, AKU, the taxpayer, spent more than $2 billion last year to provide phones to low-income Americans. It's known as the Lifeline program. We've talked about it before. But according to a new report by the FCC and the Wall Street Journal, a large number of individuals who received those free phones didn't qualify for the program. Joining me now, Jonathan Collegio, Communications Director for American Crossroads. Jonathan, welcome to the show. When I say a proportion of people were not eligible, what I mean is 41%. 41%, nearly half of the people who are getting free phones, which we're paying for, shouldn't have gotten them. Does this surprise you?
What was interesting most about that story was that the lead was really buried about three-quarters of the way down. There was a quote from FCC Chairman Julius Janikowski who said that this program was formed in 1984 and that they hadn't updated it since then. So you're dealing with a program that was designed in 1984 for rotary dial phones that they had just kind of blanket applied to cell phones, and then they didn't expect that they need to modernize the program anymore. It's taking something that had a very, very different meaning in 1984 than it does now and just blanket kind of applying
Jonathan,
it now.
Look, I know what people would say. Just to give you some pushback here, I'm on board with you. This is a horrific misuse of government dollars. But in reality, we've always helped to people who are poor to get some kind of phone service for emergency use, for trying to get a job, to talk to your family. Is that wrong?
No, that's right, but there are ways to modernize it and do it now. Now they have cell phones where you can buy it by the minute. I mean, this is what it was one of those things where they just took the old policy and applied it to the new system, the new system that we had, and just kind of expected that it would work. And they haven't, spent any attention modernizing it. And now we're wasting $2 million a year on it, and so much of it is toward fraud. It kind of, you look at the food stamp program, where last June we had 15% of Americans.
Let's get to
on
food stamps in a minute, though. I want to stay on this story because I think there's a lot to talk about. I want folks to look at what's a typical cell phone bill. And the first charge you'll see on this is a federal universal surcharge. Any idea what that is? That's the Lifeline program. That's what you're putting into it, $1.15 on this particular bill each and every month. And the average is something like $2.50. This program gives out almost $10 a month to people who are getting the free service. And I suggest to you, Jonathan Collegio, this isn't just a problem with government mismanagement. This is also a problem with corporate cronyism, because the big cell phone providers out there, you know what they're doing. They're saying, we want this program. We want to expand this program. We like this program. They get a lot of money out of it.
They did cooperate with the, with the Wall Street Journal on that story.
Not with the story, but with the program. They are behind. They're pushing the program. They push the government to expand this program because they make money off of it. Look, the country is saturated with cell phone users. The only way to get more is to reach down into that very low-income category. Cell phone providers were all in favor of this, and that's exactly what happened.
And the fact that they never updated it, I think, really kind of creates a bad problem. It kind of reminds me of the food stamps program there, too, because you always have that coalition of urban groups and agricultural manufacturers who are interested in getting the food stamp money through. It's the same thing that we see in government time and time again.
Absolutely. I guess when they put this program, they tested this program, right, to try to find out how many people were actually eligible. They expected they'd wipe out 15%. Nope, they wiped out 41%. People who either didn't return the communication, the letter or the phone call, or they simply didn't meet the requirements. It's astonishing. Just amazing. And as you say, a very well-made point, food stamp spending is at a record high. And I bet you by tonight we'll be hearing more ideas for spending our taxpayer dollars.
But again, it was a program that wasn't even designed to cover 15% of the people, and now we're doing it. They just never updated it. They just kind of blanket put it on the new system that we have. And this is a continuing problem with funding government programs like this.
I agree. Jonathan, thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Now we want to know what you think. Here's our question tonight. Should we hang up on the free phone program? Log on to Jerry Willis.